and
we'll talk
for the
about
Western
him.
Conference. I think he's a very, very, very underrated signing for them.
Hit that corner three like nobody else.
Yeah, Patrick Patterson, another giant loss for them. Like, he's not a big name for them.
Stretches the floor.
But he's a really, really good player. And Corey Joseph is their backup point guard.
And DeMar Carroll.
DeMar Carroll didn't really play that good last year.
He wasn't. But I'm...
Corey Joseph is a backup point guard. That's a big deal.
A big backup point guard. And when Lowry was out, I think he fell out a couple games, and Joseph came in and just kind of took the reins.
Now it's all up to Norman Powell, which Norman Powell's a good player.
I like Norman Powell, yes.
Norman Powell's a good player.
He also just got paid, so we'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
Yeah, no, I'm going under with the Raptors. There's just something...
You think they finally just don't... Well, because they always have good regular seasons.
Right. There's just something about playing 90 to 95 games every year and just falling up short every year. It eventually gets to you. Yeah. And I think that's what's going to happen with the Raptors this year.
Also, Kyle Lowry getting paid.
Yeah.
And Kyle Lowry...
at 31-32, Kyle Lowry getting paid. It's probably... He's on a down half of... He's going to start headed down. Although he was fantastic last year.
He was fantastic last year, but now we got to consider about his...
I am not
wait a little bit.
Right. I'm not a Serge Ibaka fan at all. And really, I don't like Valanciunas. I think he kind of peaked 2 years ago, and he's on his way down. It depends on if these young foreign guys that they have are gonna
Jacob
develop.
Poeltl and Fred Van Fleet.
Well, Fred Van Fleet was Ron Baker's backcourt point guard at Wichita, but I mean, you've got Bruno.
I saw the last name and I was like,
Bruno Caboclo. He had a good Eurobasket, but not a huge fan there. Jakob Poeltl, it just depends on what happens with him. Pascal Siakam, I don't see it with these guys.
So actually, my question is, if Kyle Lowry does get hurt, because he is actually kind of prone to injuries, and then Norman Powell steps up as a starting point guard, who's his backup?
Probably going to have to go DeLon Wright.
Lorenzo Brown?
I think DeLon Wright will be their backup. I mean...
Point guard?
Yeah, probably. He's 6'5", I believe, so he can play multiple positions. So is Norman Powell. I mean, they're pretty versatile between the 1 and 3 position. Like I said, I think they'll be fine. They'll probably make the playoffs, but I think it's just one of those years where, you have all these runs, you play all these games for 4 years in a row, it just eventually dies out. And I think that's what's going to happen with them. I don't think Dwayne Casey can keep them motivated throughout the year.
You're going under?
Yeah, I'm going a little bit. I'll say 45 wins. They'll make the playoffs. But
I'm going to go with the Toronto Raptors always have good regular seasons and then just peter out in the playoffs. So I'm still going to go over for the Raptors in the regular season.
Okay.
I think they're out in the first round in the playoffs. Even if they're like a 3 seed.
All right.
Right. Cleveland Cavaliers. Another giant move for them. 53.5 wins over under. Obviously losing Kyrie Irving, one of the best 10 players.
I'd say 15, yeah. He still can't play defense.
He can't play defense, but
you don't really need to.
No one ISOs like Kyrie Irving in the league right now.
Right, absolutely. So there's a lot to
go down here because they actually added a lot of really good pieces getting rid of Kyrie Irving.
Their bench is better than the Chicago Bulls starting lineup, so that's all you have to tell you right there.
The Cavaliers, which is I think is like a very unspoken about thing that happened with them, is their bench got a lot better.
Absolutely.
Because they freed up a lot of money, but they got rid of Darren Williams, who did nothing for them in the playoffs.
Nothing.
James Jones, who hasn't done anything in 3 years.
Except just
Dante Jones, who gets fined every year in the playoffs. And then LeBron has to pay him back. And then Derek Williams, who didn't really play. Kyrie Irving is their only giant loss. They're worse starting, but their bench is so much better.
Right. This is hard. With the over-under, they're going to make the NBA Finals, guaranteed.
I think they're coasting in, though.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think LeBron is going to rest some games, even though Silver's going after.
I think with this team now, LeBron can afford to just not play at all in certain games and they'll still win games.
I could see LeBron only playing 68 games.
Yeah, with Kevin Love. Well, you have your things with Kevin Love without not being a good player. He's still going to score. I think he takes a big step up with scoring.
I can see that.
And then when LeBron comes out, Jeff Green looks good so far.
He's looked great.
Dwayne Wade is... They signed Dwayne Wade. They have Isaiah Thomas, and they signed Derrick Rose.
Yep.
Derrick Rose is
for Jay Crowder.
Obviously, those players, Isaiah Thomas, we still don't know about the hip. But Dwayne Wade and Derrick Rose are obviously not the players they were 3 years ago. I guess for Derrick Rose, it was like 5 years ago.
Yeah,
now?
it's been a while.
But
hey, to be fair to Derrick Rose, he scored 18 points a game last year and shot 45%.
But he didn't play defense.
But do you need to when you're on the Cavaliers now? I mean, in all honesty. Kyrie Irving,
it's kind of like a thing now. It's like, you just don't play defense.
Yeah.
But they have a lot of... And really don't worry about Dwayne Wade being healthy for the playoffs, because if there's any form of like, I have any kind of ache or pain, he's just not playing in that game.
Right. I'm actually, I know they're going to coast, but I'm still taking the over. Yeah, I'm taking the over.
In a weak East, I still think they win 55 games without even trying.
Right. I think LeBron's going to rest. He's going to rest home games against Brooklyn, home games against Chicago, home games against Indiana, home games against Atlanta. So, given that they're going to find now if you rest for resting road games or resting big games, but I think that he's going to rest those home games against those 4 teams, and they're probably going to win those games anyway. So that doesn't even include the other games that they're going to win automatically and that he might rest for. So I could totally see them winning 58 games.
Yeah, I think they coast into 55 games plus. Yep. All right. Both over on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And the final team we have on our list, the Boston Celtics with 56.5 wins. Let me just read you this real quick. Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart. This is the list of players they had on their team last year. This is why I think they're going to be under 56 games. You do not add 12 players to your lineup, or I guess 11 players,
right,
to your actual team, and then win more games the following year.
No, I'm with you.
Even with Kyrie Irving, which they're much better dynamically, on offense, they're much better dynamics with Gordon Hayward and Kyrie Irving. Kyrie Irving can do more than Isaiah Thomas could. He's got the same exact shooting, and he can do a little bit more, drawing fouls and stuff like that. But there's no way that they are a better team when none of them have played together before.
No, absolutely. I'm 100% with you. They have much better roster. I think we can all agree with that. Yep. But yeah, it's going to take them 3-4 weeks to get started and getting this together. I think Brad Stevens can help develop them together faster. Yeah. Than they would if they were on a different team. But
I still think I still think they might even win the 1 seed. Even if the Cavaliers coast, which I think they do, I think the Celtics can win the 1 seed at 55 wins.
They could. I don't know. I'm thinking Boston ends up as the 3 seed and kind of struggles to get into the playoff, or struggles in the first couple of rounds to playing a little bit better teams. But I would still say it's going to be Boston, Cleveland, Eastern Conference Finals. I'm still saying I'm actually going to go Boston as a 3 seed. Not because I think they're not talented, but mostly because I think they're going to
stumble out of the gate.
To develop.
But like you said, with Brad Stevens is the one thing, because everyone believes that he is a great coach. So we can see how he puts this together, and I have no doubt that next year they're going to be great.
Absolutely, they are going to be in the finals starting in 2019.
Yeah, and
or the 2018-2019 season.
Not even just Isaiah Thomas. Look at read these key rotation players that they lost: Avery Bradley, Jay Crowder, 2 starters right there.
Gerald Green was
a key rotation player. Isaiah Thomas, Jonas Jerebko, Kelly Olynyk, Amir Johnson,
and Tyler Zeller. I mean, they lost almost their entire rotation, not named Al Horford.
They have
basically.
So
Marcus Smart.
Out of those 4 that I read, the 4 names that I read at the beginning of this, Jaylen Brown, Al Horford, Terry Rozier, Marcus Smart, one of those is a starter.
Right. Yeah.
They have 4 brand new starters that have never played together.
Exactly. Yeah. No, it's gonna be a rough beginning of the year. They're gonna be fine. They're gonna be the 3 seed in the East. They're gonna make the Eastern Conference Finals, and they're gonna give Cleveland a run for their money in the playoffs, because once they get there, it's gonna be battle the benches there too. I mean,
and watch out for Aaron Baines. He's coming out with a vengeance.
Oh, I bet. You want to go 1 through 8? Who you think your seeds are going to be for the Eastern Conference?
I got to think about this. I think my number 1 seed, Cleveland. Boston, Toronto, Wizards, Hornets, Heat, Bucks.
Okay.
And the Bucks, Hornets, Heat could all be that they're all going to be like right around the same wins, I think.
I think I'm going to go Cleveland 1. I'm going to go Milwaukee 2. I'm going to go Boston 3, Wizards 4, Hornets 5, Raptors 6. I'm going to go Heat 7, I guess. And then, you know what? Just for the heck, I'm going to put Philadelphia in it.
Philadelphia's making it in.
Maybe.
I just wanted to actually say this real quick. I think the East is a lot weaker than the West is. Like, just pure talent standpoint. But now that I was going over my top 8 teams, that's not a bad top 8.
No, it's not.
Like, that's like... Yeah, they're not as talented as the top 8, but it's not like there's like 35-win teams making it to the playoffs. And
right.
38-win teams
You're
making
right.
the playoffs.
And I think, honestly, we probably should enjoy it while we can because between the TV deals from Turner Sports, ESPN, and the NBA, nobody's going to want the Eastern Conference playoffs compared to the Western Conference. So I think they might go 1-16 after that. So
I think that's interesting, though. That's an interesting 8 to watch.
I agree with you. I like it. I've always been higher on the Eastern Conference than most people. I think there's still a lot of athleticism.
It's not going to be like a few years ago where Phoenix is a 48-win team that doesn't make the playoffs, and then like there's a 39-win team in the playoffs for the East.
Yeah,
it's not going to be like that. It's not going to be that bad with the win disparity.
Mm-mm.
It's just like the overall talent in the top few teams in the West is better than the overall talent in the top few teams in the East.
Right. I mean, your biggest problem is that the top 20 players, 18 of them are in the West. So that's the biggest problem there. But they'll somehow fix it. I just have this feeling after this year, LeBron is going to shift all the power somewhere. I don't know where it's going to be yet, but
I'm starting to think he's actually going to stay.
I'm kind of thinking that he might stay too, but
we'll see.
It depends if they can trade that pick for a player.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyways, so that was our Eastern Conference over-unders. I might keep track of like what we said this week and kind of like go like when the season ends, we can do like a wrap-up show.
Absolutely.
But that's our Eastern Conference. We're going to do a Western Conference over-unders, and they'll be in separate episodes. You can catch us on that. Trevor, is there anywhere that people can find you, like Twitter or anything like that?
I am at the T-Barbs. It would be THE_TEEBARBS.
And I'll put that in the description. And once I think of a name for the show and come up with the Twitter and everything, I'll put that in the description as well, so you guys can contact us. Tell us, even if I don't have a Twitter up and everything, tell us in the comments, what you think about this format, what you want us to change for future episodes. Do you want it longer, shorter, all that kind of stuff. All right. Thanks, guys.
Yep. Thanks, guys.